Hey guys, this is Sarah from RA Beauty, and I know I haven't been here in a very long time to do a tutorial for you guys, but today during this quarantine time, I really just can't think of much else to do, and I kind of got my creative juices flowing, so here I am. I just want to do a kind of makeup routine that I do on a daily basis, not with any particular subset of products. These are really products that I just use when I want to get makeup on my face really quickly. So if you guys want to see how I do my day-to-day routine, sometimes I change up the eye colors, but generally this is what I do to get a full face of makeup. So if you're interested in seeing that, then just stay tuned. Let's get into it. First thing I like to start off with is a pore filling kind of primer, but this is very special and nobody knows about this, but this stuff is really, really good. It's called Silicone. And this is a 100% silicone gel that will just fill in every bad memory that you have on your face. So I love this stuff. It's very expensive. I just squirt a little bit on my fingertips and I just press it into these areas. Next is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter.
For Super Sure Use Glow.
I love this. When I first got this, I never thought I would recommend any of my friends get it. And I have, only because this bottle has lasted me a long time. And I put it in all the areas that I like to be highlighted in. It's not like a face base, it's not like foundation. It basically is it's basically an under foundation like highlighter, and I just bounce it in with my damp beauty sponge really quickly. I don't all the way blend this in because I kind of like the look of it mixed with my foundation, so you don't have to be precise blending this in because it's such a good product that it kind of just blends in with whatever kind of foundation you're using. A clear makeup palette, and I'm using the NYX Total Control drop foundation, and this is in the color Buff, I believe. I love this foundation because it is so natural, but yet it has a really nice amount of coverage without looking dry or without looking like you have a lot of foundation on. The only thing that can make this foundation look like you have too much is if you over powder, which is something we're going to talk about next. And also, look, I haven't even been looking into a mirror, and I feel like this foundation has blended itself in. It's absolutely excellent. Highly recommend. And the good thing about that, those NYX Total Control drops, they're not that expensive, and they really do kind of incorporate in with all different kinds and all different brands of makeup. So next, one of my holy grails, the Maybelline Instant Age Reminder in the shade Neutralize. It's a nice yellowy concealer, gets rid of any of those dark under eye area circles. It just looks flawless every time I use it. This has been a favorite of mine since, if you guys have watched the beginning of my channel, I mentioned this in a favorites video. I mean, pretty much every favorites video, I think. It's been so long since I filmed a video that I feel nervous. So sorry if I'm kind of sounding like an idiot right now. So how are you guys doing during this quarantine time? I have to say, being stuck inside of a house for long periods of time, I don't think that it's good on anyone's mental health. Oh, right underneath my eyes, I like the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder. This is in Fair, and I like it a lot. This powder has an incredible ability to make your under eyes look set and unpowdered, even if you applied a lot of it. And you can also you can go over and over and over again, and it never builds up or looks weird in one area. It never looks dry, or it's just a really good powder is what I'm getting at. And I'm using, if you guys care, the Sephora Pro Contour Precision 79 brush because it's firm, but it's precise. I love this Clinique palette. It's the last thing that I reviewed that comes with all of the you know, bronzer, blush, highlighter, and a matting powder, but I love this powder. It's got a nice yellow undertone, and I like to put that right underneath where I put the Charlotte Tilbury, because the next powder that I'm going to go in with on the entire face is going to be a deeper peachy shade. Underneath my eye, I need that expensive Charlotte Tilbury powder. All over my face, I'm using this Marc Jacobs Accomplice powder in the shade Siren. It's got a beautiful peachy tone, and you'll see my face is going to be much better balanced, and it's going to bring the life back to my face and actually make my face match my body again. And I even go over those other powders, because once the Charlotte Tilbury gets underneath my eyes, everything else doesn't really matter, because nowhere else on my face, luckily, has not started creasing yet. I'm not that old yet. And this is the, I love this brush, the It Cosmetics Love Beautifully large fluffy brush. It doesn't say the name. Oh, does it? Flawless Powder 202. I know that these everyday things that I'm using are a little bit expensive, but I've had all of these products for a long time and they do last a long time, so there's something to be said. Next, I'm going to go in with the Marc Jacobs Tantastic. Now, a lot of people use this as a bronzer. I don't. I think that it's a little bit too gray toned personally for me. But if you think that it's perfect as a bronzer, then go ahead and use it as a bronzer. And then I like this Real Techniques. It's the only brush I use this with, and I just dip in. Now, I have had this powder for a very long time, like a couple years now, okay? This is in the limited packaging. And the reason why sometimes it's good for your day-to-day routine, for things that you just need to work, there are really good drugstore products that you can use that get the job done. But a lot of the time, if you need products that just work quickly and efficiently, sometimes those Holy Grail products are kind of sometimes more expensive, and it's really worth it. I've already said how much I love this palette, but the bronzer in here is perfect. So you saw I use that gray tone to cut my cheeks. And now I'm going to use the bronzer from here because it's nice and warm. And I'm going to use the Jaclyn JH02 Morphe brush. This is a great brush. It's an excellent brush. And I just snatch my hairline first. I feel like once my hairline has been deepened, I start to feel the fantasy. And this brush is great because it works quickly, okay? On the days that I'm not trying to do a look, I'm just trying to do a nice daily look where you can be presentable in front of people and you're not, it's like in the middle of being a bum all day and like wanting to make yourself look presentable. I love this Cover FX blush and highlighter duo. This is in the shade Pink Dahlia. And I'm not affiliated with Morphe. I use this Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH06 brush. Perfect for blush. Now this is a pretty pigmented blush, so you don't want to go too crazy here. But this brush really does get into that cheek area, and it doesn't go too low, because once you bring blush too low, your makeup looks weird. And it just, because of the way that you see that little notch right there, it hugs the cheek and only pushes upward. It never goes below that cheek line. That's why I like it. Next, I know it seems like, holy shit, she's put a lot of powders on her face. Last step is the Hourglass Ambient Trio. I live for this, and again, I've had this forever. I've used it a few times. And I take my favorite brush of all time, the Makeup Forever Fluffy Straight and Wavy brush. I take that Makeup Forever brush and I just go through all three colors, and I really get that powder on there, and I just sweep it gently all over my face, including the under eye area. And this gives your face such a creamy consistency, and it makes your face look glowy but not highlighted. And you guys are going to be a little bit like shocked and wowed by. I'm going to set my face, and to set my face I use my own. I make my own setting spray because I think that buying setting spray is a joke. Except for the Pixie Milky Mist, but still it's $15. And this is only water, glycerin, and I have serums that I put in this, a hyaluronic acid serum, and I have these essential oils that I put in here, and it's the same thing. It's super cheap to make, and I don't believe in buying those setting sprays anymore, because you can put whatever you want in your setting spray, whatever skin benefits you want in here. I think it's a waste of money to buy setting spray when you could easily make it at home for a fraction of the cost. So for highlighter, I love so many highlighters. So this is not like, oh my god, this is the only highlighter you need. Sorry about that, it's gonna blind you. This is the Lancome Dual Finish Highlighter in Sparkling Peach and Jaclyn Hill
highlighting brush. Oh.
This one has such a good tone for me, in between that peachy and rose gold. Oh yeah. Right down the center of the nose. Oof. A kind of neutral palette. So I'm using the ABH Soft Glam palette just because it's not like, oh my god, I use this palette every day of my life and you guys need to buy this. But it is just a neutral palette that I could quickly grab back there because sometimes I can get carried away with eyeshadows and not decide on what I want to do. I'm going to start off with Tempera and just sweep that along my entire lid. Not like over the lid, but the brow bone and crease area. So I'm going to take the same brush. This is the Japanese blending brush. I think I'm going to go in with Dusty Rose. It's like a nice muted mauve shade. And just sweep that into my crease. Okay. Flick it up in the brow bone area. Like that. This is nothing too precise. If you've seen a lot of my other videos, I do go into more depth, but it's just not that deep today. Okay guys, it's my first time back, so I'm not going to do too much craziness. Next I'm going to go into the shade Rustic, which is a nice cool toned medium brown. And I like to stamp that on my outer corner and then flick it upwards and sort of into the crease, but I'm not going to bring it in too far. You don't want to take too much product. That's one trick about eyeshadow that I have learned since I've been doing it, which has been a while now, but you want to build eyeshadows. You don't want to just pack it on too much. And sweep it below. Then I'm going to take my Real Techniques, this is just a fluffy medium shadow brush, and I'm going to go into Rustic just on the edge of that brush. And because it's nice and fluffy, I like it for underneath my lid, as well as on my lid, but like underneath my eye, it gives me that really nice, quick diffusion underneath my eyes. You want to take a similar type of brush. I'm going to use this Real Techniques Apply Shadow brush. Let's go into the Sultry, which is like a deep mauve rose gold. And we'll do that one all along the lid. This is actually pretty. I don't think I've actually used this shade at all. Sorry if I sound a little bit sick because I got a little bit of a sore throat. Not from Corona, but from screaming at my dog yesterday because she peed all over the floor. And then you want to take your fluffy brush that you were using before and just go over those edges. And because this metallic has a base to it, you can kind of blend those edges. And a lot of people are scared of putting anything shiny in the crease. Don't be, unless you have really deep set eyes. Now, on the lower lash line, I'm going to take this rose pink. Sorry if I'm blocking you guys. Go right here in that inner corner. Well, this is such a Sarah look, like something super quick, but like neutral at the same time. Well, this is like more of a, it's neutral, yeah. I'm gonna use the same brush. I know that this goes against all of most of my teachings. Like when you guys are trying to do a look and you want something to look perfect, then yeah, you have to go in with clean brushes each time and you have to be very specific where you're placing it. But if you're doing a daily look, you just, ain't nobody got time for that, okay? Then I'm gonna go in with Fairy and Glisten, and I'm just dotting between the two. They're like different tone golds. And I'm just gonna hit that inner corner. Oof. Boom, and you're done. One of my other tricks is you want to just quickly brush up your eyebrows, even if you're not doing your eyebrows. If you brush them up, it just makes everything look a lot better. A lot of people don't know that. Then I like to take a clean, small under eye brush and just whoosh, flick any residual, because sometimes there can be fallout even if it doesn't look like it, you know, close. There can be some. I'm gonna go in with the Lash Paradise for mascara. Still one of my holy grails. Again, like some of these products none of you guys will be at all surprised about if you've ever watched my channel in the past. Finally, for the last step, I'm going in with the Dose of Colors. Why am I not showing it to you? The Dose of Colors lip gloss in On Repeat. I love this because it has very good pigment and it's a nice, easy, pinky brown nude lip. And that's the final look. I hope you guys learned something today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me, you know, rant. And I really miss you guys. I really miss making videos. I think I'm gonna start doing it again a little bit more often. I hope you guys are staying safe during this quarantine time, and please subscribe if you enjoyed watching this video. I will see you guys next time. Bye.